Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Dalton, Adult8095, coming to the last of, well, as far as I know, the Beast Wars versus packs, and today we're finally taking a look at Airazor versus Inferno. Now, this is one I've been waiting to get. It just came out a little too soon for BotCon, but I also wanted to get the Starscream and Waspinator one just to have the Ghost Starscream and, Possessed Waspinator. Plus, these weren't, as far as I know, they weren't too different, so I'm going to find out now, opening this, how different they are in person compared to the standard Kingdom release. So let's go ahead and get this open. Really nice artwork here of them in robot mode, and then on the other side, of course, beast mode. Looking a little bit more accurate for Inferno. Airazor, I mean, she looks mostly accurate, so let's go ahead and get this opened up. And just like the last ones we looked at, it does have the plastic window there to keep the paper from drooping in. But you got the artwork from the toys there. Take this out. You got a shot of them in both robot and beast mode. And up top you do have the pseudo transformation sequences, kind of like the old toys did from the Japanese sets. And again, same artwork from the front. So let's get that out of there. Then we'll take these guys out here in a moment, but let's go over what's all here. So there we got Airazor and Inferno, her two missiles there, and Inferno comes with two weapons, one for his little rear end thruster and his flamethrower. So there is that. We also have the instruction booklet with the two stat cards showing a scene from the show, and the instruction booklets from the cartoon. Let's go ahead and, hang on. So we got a cartoon shot here of each one in beast mode, and then toy packaging for the Japanese ones in there. Of course, their stats, and of course the same artwork on the back. So that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and check them out. Alright, so here we have Inferno and Airazor out of their packaging. Now, I will state right now, I am not going to go over the full transformation back and forth on these guys. I might just do the transformation to robot mode, but I'm not going to go back into insect mode just for the sake of my own sanity. I want to keep this video as short as I can because, I mean, people have already seen these molds at least twice for him and many times for her. So, I'm going to state that off right off the bat and go right into the weapons. So for Inferno, you do get his standard colored flamethrower. Of course, nowhere near show accuracy, but at least it's better than just a, well, let's go ahead and include the second one. This is the one more for his rear. So yeah, they're the exact same mold, but at least this time they included two for Inferno. My camera will focus. There we go. So molded in translucent red, translucent blue, painted a little bit of a gunmetal gray here, and then a mix of red, gray, or red, gunmetal gray, and silver on this. Now there is some molding to suggest the original weapon, but of course, like I said, it is not anywhere close to what it should be. But at least there's an attempt here. So there's that. And if you want, you can have multiple blast effect points on here to actually make it look like it's firing, well, fire. So there you go. Got a big blast coming out and then the two exhaust blasts. So if you want to do that with Inferno, you can. Just take these off the side to show off the effect later. So we'll start off with Inferno because he's easier to talk about the differences, at least with, as far as coloring goes, he is a more, like a darker shade of red. They added some metallic paint here, it looks like, for the thorax, whereas here it's kind of this purplish metallic color, and then they had this fading on the abdomen that went from the molded plastic red to a darker red. Here it's just the same kind of metallic color, and they added the green marking here on the abdomen. He does have brighter, more metallic looking legs for the amp mode. I believe it's the same color of blue for the eyes and a darker blue for the mandibles. So pretty much it. Darker colors, a little bit more metallic looking, iridescent, I guess. And then comparing Airazor, here she is with the Hasbro counterpart. So the Hasbro one was a little bit more dull, a little bit of a fade there, or gradient. There's the word I was looking for. A little bit of markings here on the face. You got the eye, unpainted bird feet, blaster, or little missiles. Whereas this one, darker, kind of again, more of that kind of iridescent brown color for the feathers. You do have a better gradient here on the tips, whereas here it's only in robot mode. I kept it for both modes on the car release. She does have some better markings here on the head with the lighter feathers, the yellow around the beak, the white around the eyes. And of course, they painted the talons, so molded in orange plastic, but painted in a very close matching brown here where the ball joint attaches. You got the gold, and then kind of a blackish brown for the talons themselves. Same gold on the weapons here. So yeah, very nicely done Airazor. I believe a little bit closer to show accuracy. Part of me still thinks it should have been a little bit more towards the silvery gray color scheme, but I could be wrong with that. So I guess we'll go ahead and start with getting her into robot mode, or I guess in the case of the Japanese dub, him. So kind of a weird history with the Airazor. Let's go ahead and bring out the legs. I'm just going to refer to the character as her because that's the original character. I'm going to extend the legs. And we'll rotate the hips and the knees around. Just like that. Go ahead and bring out the arms. Bring up those pauldrons. Go ahead and open up the back here. And we'll rotate the head up and around. For some reason, it is not wanting to cooperate. There we go. Collapse the whole upper torso down. And that should just tab into the bird head. Close up that backpack. Then we'll just take the wings and fold them up. Bring that back. And there we go. And there we have Airazor in her robot mode. Whoop. Go ahead and just kind of get her into a pose so she's not falling backwards. And yeah, I mean, she looks really good. This is my first time seeing her in robot mode for this version, and in hand. And yeah, it looks a lot more show accurate than I originally thought. So very well done. You got some orange here on the helmet. Of course, the gold representing her beak, or part of her beak. Got that kind of pearlescent purple for the face. You got black and green on the eyes. You got gold paint here on the top of the shoulders, but on the bicep it's that kind of gold plastic. So it was a little bit weird seeing that. Same with the waist piece here, but you got paint on the upper part, and then this is just unpainted plastic. Same here, unpainted orange plastic showing, but again, you got the brown paint and the gold paint picking out those details. Of course, I forgot to rotate bird feet around. I'm so used to doing that with, or leaving Skywarp with the bird feet out. So there's the car. And here is the Hasbro one. So again, more kind of muted colors compared to the Takara one. And I guess the faces aren't too different. It's just better coloring here. like the brighter orange, brighter gold, more metallic on the face paint. Gives it that more pearlescent look that she had in the show. The eyes are still pretty much the same, but yeah, just way more vibrant, a little bit more show accurate here. Also, kind of a nice hybrid of the toy and cartoon colors. Also forgot to put her weapons on the forearms. So there is that. Head is on a ball joint, so still get the same range of motion. Joints are still nice and tight. You get full 360 at the arms if you move the wing out of the way. All the way up. Bicep swivel. 90, a little over 90. Nothing at the wrist except for the transformation joint to bring that up. Get a waist swivel. And with the skirt here, you get all the way forward. Most of the way back. If her legs are straight, you can get almost all the way. Get all the way out. And then a little extra. Lower thigh, upper knee swivel. Over 90 at the knee. You get a second joint here, but that's just breaking her shin. Ball jointed feet. So, good range of motion there. And yeah, so very nicely done on Airazor. So let's go ahead and move on to Inferno. So moving on to Inferno here, we'll go ahead and undo this section of the abdomen, bring that up, bring the legs down. Just get this all undone so you can bring the legs down. Go ahead and straighten those on the double hinge until they click into place. Bring the foot up, bring the heel out, foot and heel out. Bring this whole section down. Kind of undo the arms from the underside here. Bring these legs up, out of the way. I'll allow you to fold up the arms the rest of the way. Bring these out, and you want to bring this leg until it lines up with that pattern right there. Just make sure the hands are straight. Bring that up until it matches. There we go. And from here, open up the head. Bring this on a double joint, bring that down. And close up the mandible. Fold that in. Close that up. Bring the ant head down until it tabs into place. There we go. Bring the sections up here. Rotate the waist around. Bring the legs up to here. Up. I tend to bring them down just like that. I'll open up this abdomen piece, rotate this lower section down until it clicks into place, and we'll add this piece here to be his little butt thruster. And then just like the original, better when that is attached, but you do get the rotor effect, even though it tends to knock out the rear weapon. So there is that. Don't know why it's not wanting to stay tabbed into the waist. There we go. And there goes the thruster gun. It just seems to be a little bit more loose on my copy, which hopefully I can fix, but I guess I need to have the legs up like that. Bring that out. It's like it's kind of like rejecting the weapon. So there we go. And just kind of close these up a little bit. Maybe just to hold that in place. There we go. We'll go ahead and give him his flamethrower. So there we have Inferno, and bring in the Hasbro one. You can see, again, not a ton of differences. I mean, he is a little bit more like vibrant, I guess, even though the shade of red is darker. Just the finish that they put on this makes it look more vibrant compared to the Hasbro one, which is just flat. So, you get a little bit extra paint apps here on the upper thigh. You get that blue, as well as, you know, the full waist piece being painted that color. You do get a little bit of that purple here on the lower leg. And there goes his gun again. So I'm just going to put that off to the side. Get same paint on the upper shoulders, although the gray is more of a gunmetal gray as opposed to like a bluish silvery gray. The heads are pretty close to identical. It's like just a slight brighter shade of blue, and then there's that second there's two shades of blue on the head. So around the side here, around this like brow and around, there is a more straight up metallic blue as opposed to this kind of sky blue. Opening up his mouth, it's still the same. You get the silver teeth, you got crazy light piping. But yeah, overall very close in similarities. I just need to tighten up probably just need to tighten up this joint because it just keeps like falling out. Like it doesn't have any grip strength. So let's see how it is on. So that blaster fits in fine. I don't know what it is about the blue plastic on this one. It just doesn't want to stay in there. I mean, it sounds like a dirty joke about the situation, but it is like legit talking about QC here. But yeah, very well done. Head still on a ball joint, up and down, opening mouth. You do get 360 at shoulders all the way up to there. Bicep swivel. You got double jointed elbows. You got a wrist swivel, even though you got to contend with the ant leg there. You do get waist swivel all the way forward. Good amount back, all the way out. Upper thigh swivel, a little less than 90 at the knee. You get extra ankle tilt, and then a little bit down. So yeah, very well done here with Inferno as far as coloring. It's just seems to be a QC I'm having with him now. That's being a problem. Like with this panel being loose and the weapon not fitting where it goes as a thruster. It seems now I'm having a little bit of a balancing problem, but he's always been kind of back heavy. So there he is. And there is Airazor. He just dwarfs her. So I guess one more comparison. We have, of course, her love and just wild animal partner, Tigatron. So we can finally have them together. And, you know, if you got Tigerhawk, you actually do have them together. If you like that brand of dark humor, I don't know. But yeah, nice to have them. And of course, he shouldn't start turning yellow on us. And I guess one more quick comparison. Alright, so now you have Inferno and of course Megatron. So now you can have, well, I mean, we've had them before with the Kingdom versions, but now we have Inferno and the Royalty as close to cartoon accurate as you can get with, you know, these Kingdom molds. And so yeah, now you can have Inferno protecting his royalty. So, or his queen, or, you know, just, I don't know, the whole logic circuits of him thinking he's an actual ant and that Megatron is the queen, the royalty, that, you know, protecting the ship as the colony is just still hilarious. So, yeah, get him out of the way so we can focus on this. I had to reshoot this because I was having some issues with the later part of the video. So, yeah, I mean, as far as I know, this is the last set they're going to do for versus packs now. It remains to be seen if we get a 2-pack featuring Megatron and Tigerhawk. But if they do that and make Megatron look a little bit more cartoon accurate, more metallic, same thing with Tigerhawk, give him some of that pearlescent paint, I would absolutely love that. Maybe something with Silverbolt to make him look a little bit more show accurate. Even though he's pretty close, they could have done a little bit better with him. Maybe include another version of Black Arachnia or something, just for those who don't want the set with Tigatron. So, I don't know. Something they could easily do. And I'm sure myself and other fans would easily buy it up in a heartbeat, especially if they give Black Arachnia the purple feet that she's supposed to have. I don't know. Show accuracy like that is really nice. I'm glad they did that with the MP. But, yeah. Very happy to finally complete this line of the Beast Wars figures. I still need to pick up the Dramatic Capture series of the Decepticons. I've got the Arc Bridge set on pre-order. I know at this time the Prime mold is obsolete, and very soon the Megatron will be as well. And then we're getting a new Soundwave as leader class. So like half of all that is completely obsolete. Same with Jazz, even though Takara never got the cartoon accurate Jazz. So all but 2 or 3 figures out of that is completely obsolete. But really want that Shockwave, and I would really love to have Mainframe. I don't think anyone's splitting those up. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. Be sure to check out all those links down below. Check out the playlist of the Beast Wars versus sets. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of this whole lineup. I might do a full video on each faction, but it's probably going to be later on. I've got a big backlog of stuff to do, trying to get all that caught up. So let me know what you think down below. Be sure to check out those videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. So long, take care, see you then.